What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of Dead Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com is the go-to website for all of the different things that we're doing in the community. Right now, we're getting ready to try to – actually, today is the day I got to put the deposit down for the bags. And, you know, just – get prepared for all of the different stuff. So hopefully you'll be seeing and hearing more about these different things as we go, as we try to get to this last half. What's less than half? We got to get 40K. So if we can raise 40K in 3 weeks, that would be greatly appreciated. That'd be dope. That'd be a dope feat for all of us. $36 a bag, all these different things. And I know, and I appreciate all of y'all rocking with us. Summertime is when it gets really weird. Schedules all over the place. We try to make sure Friday mornings, because we can do it, because we go back to the mornings in August again. But just, again, trying to put everything in place with the summertime. Thank you, guys. Thank my greenies, my coloreds. Thank you for the people who are watching. All that stuff. I have a morning rant, but I see Jaden already got that thing teed up for me. Because I am pissed. I'm happy, but I am pissed. I may even call my dog just to tell him that I'm mad and let him pop off. You know what? We've never quite had him, but I know he ain't afraid of it. But we'll do that. But before we get into the shenanigans and a lot of the other different things that we're going to be doing, let's start our show off the way we start our show off every day with the word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
All right, J Money, what we got going today?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a morning edition of Big Games BS, where we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the football sports world specifically to your screens. First, we have an MFTK segment to discuss before heading into some FSU football and basketball news. Then we're going to touch up on college before we transition to a couple pictures from the from the NFL. And then we'll recap the NBA draft, just look at the first 2 rounds of players selected and talk about a funny picture in our Big Games BS segment. But first things first, let's get to the MFTK segment, and that's none other than B5. So B5 was named the OT7 Offensive Player of the Year. The 5-star wide receiver playing at Mandarin High School in Jax was named the OT7 Offensive Player of the Year. And you can see his dad reposted it saying, quote, "My son, best in the world. We bless, man."
Hey man, I just want to say something. I don't know how to say this the right way, but it ain't the wrong way either. But like, I am extremely happy, but I'm also kind of hating right now at the same time, because like, if we could have just got people to act right, this could have been like the greatest marketing feat of all time, man, with Bryson over there killing it and getting the OT7 MVP.
Yep, and representing Northeast Florida, South Georgia. Yep.
In Miami, God damn, but it was right there. It was right there. We could have just got people to act right, just a little act right. But so how's it? Are they just playing games yet, or is this just all just based off of what happened during the other
The
parts?
first game about to start here in a little bit.
All right, who they got?
First 3 games are off air.
Oh, okay. Who they started? Who are they playing?
First game, even not even on air, which is weird. We play. I forget who we play first. But they lowered the number of games. They're only playing 4 games. They're playing 2 today and 2 tomorrow.
So, and then that's it.
And then they got the single elimination tournament on what's it called on Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're playing. They're just stretching out pool play.
5 or 6 in pool play, but they lowered it this year.
Oh, well, dang. Well, all right, man. I was just sitting there, man. I was seeing it seeing him go viral again, and seeing everybody else getting all of this stuff, man. So hopefully that makes the price of a brick go up. So hopefully everything keeps increasing.
Yes, the first game at 11:15, but like the first game that's on YouTube don't start until 1 p.m.
So they're not even covering it on YouTube.
Nah, they like I think that's how they do all their practice. So they just like make sure everything's set up, make sure everything running right for like the first 2 or 3 games, and then they finally go live. Like they testing all their mics and they doing all their test runs right during games.
Okay. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, enjoy Miami, man. I'll holler at you. I just had to go ahead and get that off my chest, man. I'm mad about it. I'm mad and glad at the same time.
I feel you.
All right, go. Yep. That was Bryson. There is no agency for Bryson Wright. Like you said, you got that from Kobe's page, right? That's what you read. That's what you read, Jaden.
Yeah.
So if you want to know about what's going on with Bryson Wright, you ain't gotta. There isn't. I will tell you this. There isn't an insider. If there was an insider, it'd be me or Bernie. The only person that really truly will ever know what's going on with that recruitment is Kobe Wright and Bryson. So, but damn. So everybody asked me what happened with Domo. That's what happened with, like, y'all in the comments right now. I want y'all to just, we got to get this back on Facebook too, by the way. I think that might be the new, I know we can stream it there, but people who want to know what happened, they picked the fight with Bryson and Kobe. And trying to control and trying to do all of this shit. That's why I'm not with Domo no more. But imagine a world where you came out and you basically created a 7-on-7 team from scratch. You have the best player in high school on your 7-on-7 team. And you will probably get an OT7 invite if you just follow the rules. And you just say, nah, B, I'm good. We're going to do it our way. And you're an apparel company. And you would have probably signed this young man to your apparel company. Now, Miami Raw is sponsored by Adidas. If we would have done what we were supposed to do, that would be Domo getting all this fucking pub. That's why I'm not angry at anybody. Everybody has to make decisions. But God damn it if I ain't mad. Because, like, it could have just, but maybe we weren't ready. Maybe we were not ready, but I do know who is ready for all of the accolades that they're going to get, and it's going to be a hellacious ride for the next 3 years, dog. So I can't wait for it, man. Bryson Wright is good, and we got some other kids coming up from Mandarin as well. And I don't think you saw this, but yeah, because before we get into more FSU news, Mandarin University alum Jalen Lewis, who signed to Memphis this year, is the Times Union, which is the Jacksonville area, track athlete of the year, male track athlete of the year. He also, I didn't even realize he has the second fastest 200-meter time in high school. Like, kid is just one of them great kids, just fun to be around, does things the right way. Like, I hate when they say that too, but like, he does things the right way, but like, he does. We had kids leave because they're not showcased enough. And J. Lou is a kid that nobody would even realize went to Mandarin unless, we told him. But he signed to college, never was the number 1 DB, just did his thing. And now he's going to go off and he has the bigger offers than kids whose parents think that they're better than J. Lou is right now. So I just wanted to put that out there for J. Lou as well. So, all right.
Next, we have some FSU commitment news to discuss for this 2026 class. So, 4-star wide receiver Jason Lopez has committed to the Seminoles. He goes to Chaminade in South Florida, and he's a dual sport athlete, so he will also play basketball for the Seminoles. You see the football and basketball in hand. So Florida State and Mike Norvell have landed 12 commits since June 1st, and there are more coming. Every recruit says there's more on the way, so looking for this 12 to go up and up. But James, what do you think about this dual sport athlete committing to the Noles?
I mean, one, shout out, the real MVP is Luke right here. Luke Laux, for coming in and knowing, hey, teamwork makes the dream work, baby. So, one, he got him a hooper on the football team's dime. So that's one less scholarship that they got to waste for basketball. So that's one thing. Two, we got him from a pipeline school in Chaminade, Madonna. That's where Jeremiah Smith went. That's where God, I can't think of the other. There's another wide receiver we were in a battle with that was in that same class that signed to Miami. And Miami wanted this guy. They wanted this kid. He's really good. Kids got some. Let's try to. I've watched this huddle a little bit with CJ, who's CJ Wilson with Dope Talk. He's going to release that episode. JoJo Trader, thank you. He's going to release that episode, I think, today. But I enjoy this film. He's a guy. He's a guy that's going to go get the ball. I wish I would have seen a little bit more separation, but he does some things that are good. At first I thought he was a Pilgrim, but I looked at that last name. Ain't no Pilgrim's last name, Lopez. That's a Hispanic name. So he probably a little Cuban, since he's from South Florida. But I like it. Tim Harris went from everybody really being on him and wondering what the recruitment is like to landing 3-4-star wide receivers back to back to back. Flipping one and getting one in a contested battle. Especially when the real rumor about Mike Norvell has been he's getting stuffed in lockers, basically. He's not really doing much on the recruitment front when they're going head-to-head. This was a head-to-head battle with rivals and some other big brass, including just even a couple of these. The Tico kid was a battle between other guys. I just really want to see where we're going to get with this running back room. I have all the faith in the world in Yak. I see Bama just got them a 5-star and a 4-star. So we got to do some things to be able to get ourselves back here. But he's a playmaking guy. He goes up there. He's a slot kid. Didn't get as much separation as I would have liked, but I did watch only a couple clips. So we got that. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's just watch some film together and see what we like as a family. God damn, huddle in these commercials. I gotta just get a huddle account where it's no commercials. All right. So we see him up top. Boom. Kids playing. There's no need to get separation. Damn, good catch. High points the ball. One hand grab. Ooh, dirty. Does a good job. Like, he gets his hands up late and he's able to still get the ball, still make the catch. I like that route. Looked like it was made up, but definitely got the guy to bite. Okay, came back and got it. So we'll check out one more clip. Is this this is jet sweep? Yep. All right. Too easy. That's him on the over route. Yep. Hey, he finds the end zone. Can't hate that. Dang. All right, we're good on that, man. I'm good with it. Help the class. Where are we at? Do we know where we're at right now in terms of our recruiting rankings? Yeah, I got some. All right. So here are we're not top 5, but here's the bottom half. I'm gonna put this at numbers. We have the 3rd ranked class in the ACC. All right. Anybody know who has the 1st ranked class in the ACC with 18 commitments? The University of Miami. They were ranked 6. The 2nd ranked class in the ACC with a total of 19 commitments is Clemson. And does anybody know who is the 3rd ranked class in the ACC, which would be the 8th ranked class in the nation? Your Florida State Seminoles with 20 commits, and they're holding off Penn State and in front of Texas, who only has 15 commits. But once Texas kind of ramps up what they're doing, they'll jump up a little higher as well. But hey, for a guy that everybody said can't recruit, they recruiting, but they do this shit every year. We just got to keep the class. And for everybody who keeps saying Gus is going in and showing Mike how it's done, like, now I will always give Jaden and Miles props, right? But if Jaden and Miles make a video go viral or create the context for a video to go viral, who y'all think gonna probably get most of the majority of the credit? It's probably gonna be me. So that's what good people do. You hire people who are good. If you can't do something well, you hire somebody who does it well, especially if it's a part of your job. Like right now, if y'all go and y'all make this invention, and Miles, you push the comments on that. On this, if you create an invention under your employer, you know who's going to get the credit? Your fucking employer. I'm sorry to tell you this. Don't know if you guys need to hear this or not, but unless you're Shad Khan and you're smart enough to create it, hide it, stack your bread up, buy your boss out, and then come up with it. That's the only way this works. So it's not as much of a diss as what you guys think it is. To say that Gus Malzahn is showing Mike how to do his job. That's fucking Gus Malzahn's job. That's why Mike hired him. I can't do something, you do it better. Let's go. Let's roll. You know who the guy that everybody's cheering for that they want to come to Florida State for some reason, who has like the 65th ranked class right now with 3 commits? Dion. You know what Dion doesn't do? Fucking recruit. He hates high school recruiting. So like you're mad about whatever, man. All right. But that's my take on all of that.
Your cousin, James, ended up being selected 43rd overall by the Washington Wizards. And if you do not know who we're talking about, that is FSU former basketball player Jameer Watkins. So this is Florida State's first draft pick since 2021, and that was Scotty Barnes. And this is Leonard Hamilton's 18th and final NBA draft pick. He's going to the Chocolate City, James.
Nice. Not far from Trenton. It's a bus ride. I'm not bus ride. You can ride a bus, but you can you can catch a train. You should be able to get there in 90 minutes. If you do it the right way. But shout out to him. Hope he makes the squad. Hope he does well. Where was Bronny? Was Bronny drafted at 43? He got. He's already. I think he might have got drafted higher than Bronny. Well, let's see if he has the Bronny effect.
Bronny was the 55th overall pick last year.
Bronny was the 55th? Okay.
Yes. Yep, Bronny was the 55th pick. And speaking of picks, James, the ACC is bussing the NCAA over the head because we have had the number 1 pick in the NFL and NBA draft in the same year for the first time ever. Cam Ward, Miami, ACC team, went number 1 overall in the 2025 NFL draft. And Cooper Flag, Duke, ACC, went number 1 in the NBA draft. First time in history this has happened, James. So, man, pretty legendary stuff right here.
If this happened in the SEC, we would never hear the end of it. They'll be like, oh, this is why the SEC is so much dominant than every other conference, is because again, good ball players good ball players get fouled. So happy for them. Hey, good stuff.
Next, we have some more NFL and NBA draft posts and connections with this right here. 25 schools had players drafted in both the NFL and NBA draft this year. You can see the Seminoles made this list right here. NFL draft, we had two guys specifically get drafted with the NBA draft with Jameer Watkins. We had another draft. So we joined 24 other schools to accomplish this historic feat. And our basketball or football programs were not the best this year, but there was still some talent in the rough for sure. And you can see from this post, we joined some elite company in those both respective sports. So huge shout out to the 24 other schools who had a player drafted in the NFL and NBA draft. Any surprising schools on this list, James? I know the Colorado State down there on that bottom row, but any one of them catches your eye?
Is that UTSA? I can't see, my picture blocks the bottom right. What's the one under West Virginia?
I think that may be Nevada, but let me look it up.
Yeah, I can't see the logo, so that's. Oh yeah, no, that's Nevada. Yeah, that's Nevada. Damn, that's shocking.
Shout out to these teams for accomplishing this feat again. Man, that's difficult just to get one player drafted into one respective sport, but to have two drafts occur is insane. So huge shout out to the schools again, and shout out to the Seminoles as well. Next, we're going to transition into some NFL talk, with the first one being about the Super Bowl performance from this year's past Super Bowl. So, if you guys did not know, a performer at the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl LIX halftime show in February has been arrested after holding up a Sudanese flag with the message, quote, Sudan and free Gaza. Louisiana State Police announced on Thursday. This was pretty surprising for the internet, and this is excuse me, the people in the comments have been going crazy, asking why, what happened to free speech. Everybody was going crazy in the comments. But James, did you hear about this arrest happening?
No, I'm curious to like why. Like I want to know why it happened. Like I mean, and why did it take so long? I mean, I guess you got to find the person and do like, but like, what is the? I don't understand why they're getting like why they're arrested. What they're arrested for? Let's say resisting an officer and disturbing. But there, he didn't interrupt it. Resisting arrest is one of the most bogus charges that they can give you. Because who wants to be arrested? One, and two, like any kind of like just say I don't want to go is resisting arrest. But he didn't disturb anything. Like they literally it went on without a hit. This is why courts are overrun with dumb shit. Like whatever, man. In coordination with the NFL, troopers learned that he had permission to be on the field during the performance, but did not have permission to demonstrate as he did. Like, then that's a obstruct. He probably voided or broke his contract track to get paid, and probably shouldn't be paid. But like to be arrested months later for something, like I don't that this is where the overreach of the law bothers me. Maybe there's more clarity. Can you scroll down a little bit more? All right. They said he wouldn't face charges. That's wild. But I guess they have to do. I guess now that I think about it, they have to do something. This key right here. We take any attempt to disrupt any part of an NFL game, including the halftime show, very seriously, and are pleased that the individual will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. In addition to the ongoing criminal case, the NFL banned the individual from attending any NFL games or events. That's really what this is all about. Try to make sure that they don't do this again. So I think that's some BS, but cool.
Yeah, definitely surprised me as I was scrolling on the timeline to see something like that happen because, like you said, we are a couple months away. It's June, so 4 months from the Super Bowl. So I just thought it was shocking that they decided to do this and, yeah, just get really stern about the situation. But like you said, the NFL doesn't want to prevent any distractions from the game itself, especially the most popular game of the year. So we're going to talk about some QB talk right quick because we have been noticing Baker Mayfield doing his thing on the offensive end for the Bucs. So we had this infographic right here to compare Baker between Patrick Mahomes during these last two seasons. So Baker has more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes, more touchdowns, a higher completion percentage, one more interception, but he has a higher passer rating. He has a 7.7 higher passer rating than Patrick Mahomes. He was in the conversation for MVP last year, James, but seeing the numbers right here isn't surprising to see why he was in those conversations compared to one of the young GOATs.
Interesting. Who is Patrick Mahomes' number one wide receiver? I mean, that's fine. Like we go with that. A tight end, right? Yeah. The number one receiver for a quarterback is a tight end. Who's Baker Mayfield's number one wide receiver? Mike Evans has had 1,000 yards every year he's been in the NFL. They've got Chris Godwin and Emeka Buck, whatever, one of them Ohio State dudes with the last weird name. He's got a better line. And I'd argue that the defense is individually is a little bit better at different places. They also got a good amount with Bucky Irvin being very consistent this year. Even though Bucky Irvin's doing a camp that I hate that kids are having to pay for, Bucky Irvin did do a really, really good job with Tampa Bay last year. So that's just like I just want to make sure before I say that, because again, I'm not avid in Kansas City chiefdom. But I want to make sure I'm being fair. And I'm not taking away any of this stuff that Baker did. Like Baker, that's still great numbers. Now I like Pacheco. Let me make sure. Let me click on Pacheco. All right. You want to know how many yards Pacheco had last year? 310. You know how many touchdowns Pacheco had last year? 1. All right. They did bring Kareem Hunt in. Kareem Hunt had 728, and he had 7 touchdowns. He had the 85th ranked running back for touchdowns, and I think they said the 18th, and then I think Kareem Hunt was 31st in the league in rushing for running backs. Now, a lot of these guys can be good. Hollywood Brown is a bust down. Xavier Worthy, we have our jokes on the show, but like right now the only thing he ducking is his ex-fiance. But yeah, but not bad for, again, first year is not bad, but like, yeah, 638 yards. Rashee Rice, oh shit, 288. Which one would you like? I'm saying, is there like I'd take Baker's weapons. I'd argue Baker should probably have done more with what he was given, and that Patrick Mahomes has done more with less. So, but we can make comparisons all day. Which one are you taking? I'm gonna take Patrick.
I'll go with Baker. He seems like more of a pure football player, hard worker. Just some characteristics I like.
Yeah, you just used it. Although I was about to say, but they're the same complexion. But we know Patrick. We know Patrick's black because of his daddy. Like, but we use all the good white synonyms for a good football player. First in, last to leave. But I do like Baker though, and I think Baker is one of those guys that works hard to make you like him. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, but I don't know if I want to hang with him. I'd rather hang with Johnny Manziel if I'm being honest. Seems more fun. That being said, I don't want to hang out with Patrick Mahomes either. I want to hang out with Patrick Mahomes Sr.
You did, James. You were hanging out with them technically in the lobby.
Yeah. Technically, I shot my shot at whatchamacallit's mom too. What's the receiver? Oh, did I show you the video of her?
She didn't see you, James, to be fair, so I don't know if you shot this shot.
Hey, somebody called you an asshole yesterday, Jaden. They said it was my fault.
What happened?
You put DJU in a McDonald's uniform?
Oh, that was Grok. That wasn't really me who made it. I just gave it the prompt.
Oh, because I'm sitting here like I didn't even pay attention to that. Like, they was like, yo, they knew Jaden made it. They knew Miles didn't do it. They just like, yo, your intern's an asshole, bro. James, it must be you. Because you damn sure put him in. Like, I don't care who did it. Like, do you know his dad might be looking for us? Luckily, he ain't coming to Tallahassee because everybody wants to get him because of his son. But we might see him at the Super Bowl. He's like a what do you call him? I don't want to call him the Samoan Suge Knight. But that's funny though. But she didn't see me. But she had something where she's dressing more provocative and going out more. But I'm thinking she's still a woman though. I can tell you that much. No matter how blind she is, she may not have eyes, but she got everything else.
So we're gonna move on from the Super Bowl talk from Patrick Mahomes to an anniversary, James, that happened 12 years ago from yesterday. We didn't have a show yesterday because Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we're gonna recap the anniversary today. And Miles, this pertains to you because he was a part of your team, man. He was a part of your team, and that's none other than Aaron Hernandez.
Oh wow, this guy.
So 12 years ago, on June 26th, yesterday, Aaron Hernandez was arrested, released by the Patriots, and charged with first-degree murder, all within hours. And you can see Ari Mirov pulling up his old tweets from that day specifically. So the first one saying, quote, "The judge has denied bail to Aaron Hernandez. He has been charged with first-degree murder and 5 other charges. Aaron Hernandez has been charged with murder, and the New England Patriots have released tight end Aaron Hernandez." James, do you remember where you were at when you heard this news? Because I can rest assured that the football world was in shock.
Yeah. We definitely talked about it on we definitely talked about it a lot. One of the things that really shocked me was the comment that my one of my friends made. He's dead now, Ryan Keith. Ryan Keith, because they brought up all of the time when this happened, they brought up his whole history at the University of Florida. And the question is, how was he able to walk around the general population? Like, who was he was getting away with drive-bys in college and shooting people, like doing all kinds of crazy things. But they talked about his epic visit at the University of Florida. Now, one of these days, I just want to do a show, maybe like a 5-minute, 10-minute thing on just like aspects of the sports world that you guys have never experienced that you want to know about. Like recruiting visits. If you want to know what a recruiting visit is really like, there's a great movie called He Got Game. And Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen, was going on his visit with and what was the dude who married Miss America? That's crazy how he was old then, but they tried to make him like he was a senior in college or something. But they had girls. And girls are there, and you have a good time. You go out to drink, you go out to party, you do a lot of these different things, as well as learn about the academic stuff. But listen, dog, if y'all bring my son in on a visit and we only talk about academics and y'all put him on a boat full of dudes, I'm gonna be hot. Like this, my son ain't going to BYU. Like this ain't how this works. But Chico, Aaron Hernandez, went on his visit to, and you know who hosted Chico? Timothy Tebow. Chico got in a fight at the bar where they were at because he was drinking. Tim Tebow paid for the tab and walked out. And nobody, my guy Ryan said, nobody's asking or pushing the, everybody's glossing over the fact, what the hell was Tim Tebow doing drinking at a bar? What paying for an underage kid to drink? This is what happened. So Chico, and Urban was doing that wild shit back then. But have you seen the video, the movie, the document? Well, not documentary. Like, was it a document? Have you seen the thing where they basically say Chico was gay and he was getting ran? His boyfriend was the third string quarterback of his high school.
I can't say I have. No.
Now you got to go see the Aaron Hernandez story. You got to go watch it. It's unbelievable. Like, not unbelievably good, like unbelievable. Like, I believe he killed everybody before I believe that. I think Chico got standards. Chico was probably gay, but he wasn't gay for the third string backup quarterback. He had better, he knew his worth. But, and then also when they went to trial, can we pick it up? And this would be after your own heart, Miles. His homeboy took the stand that he shot in the head. And kudos to him for surviving the shot. But he had that eye. And his eye was his eye was wilding. Like, it's a big old light-skinned dude. And I think he points to it. He points to his eye or something like that in this stuff. But the trial was crazy, man. But it lets you know, furthermore, that there it is. Yeah. Like that. Hey. Sorry, I know Jada got to go through. Hey, Jada, let me tell you, have you heard the story about Miles and the cross-eyed person?
Wait, a Miles and a cross-eyed person?
What I got? So I'm a wedding, right? His god sister. That is, wait a minute, no, that's not whatchamacallit. Is that the crazy one, Cisco's daughter? Yeah, that's Cisco. Oh, okay, well, I gotta tell you a story about Cisco. Cisco's the only person that I've ever seen walk downtown Jacksonville with at least 5 stacks on them in the hundreds without a fear. Like, that was crazy. But Cisco's daughter was dating. I don't think they're together anymore. This light-skinned guy, not as big as that guy that you just posted, but he had a lazy eye. And Miles is drunk and high, I believe, at the time. And he's talking, my god brother's there. And he's like, I don't understand this, man. We got a black president. We have all this technology. And they haven't figured out how to fix people with cross-eyes. Mind you, the cross-eyed dude is literally in front of Miles. Right in front of Miles while he is going on. And my god brother James is like, hey, man, chill out, dog. Nah, man, nah. It don't make no sense, man. Why are people out here with cross eyes? And my man just looking at him like his eye is perplexed. And Miles is going ham about the cross-eyed agenda. And I just thought
that was a couple minutes.
It was a great moment. And but oh man.
That's the preview
for the Hernandez story. Oh, my bad, Daryl. If you got a lazy eye, dog. You got to own that shit. Like Music Soul Child had a cross eye or has a cross eye. He just wear glasses all the time.
I never knew the guy with us had a cross-eyed.
Yeah, that thing. My guy rested dead. My uncle Gordon told me about it when he was going ham because he wanted Cisco's daughter. My 90-year-old uncle at the time was like, I got money. I was like, you can't. You don't think I could get her? I could do better for her than that young boy with the cross eye can. So I give her this old dick. She ain't gonna know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just got your lungs back, dog.
I was looking at a girl from across the drinking area or whatever, and now my vision was getting blurred, and that's what sparked me thinking about cross-eyed. It had nothing to do with. Oh man, I should have said that.
You know what I hate? I hate not that.
Ooh.
I hate these all these former football players, right? That we can at least do the acting scenes with to make real football plays.
Yeah, this guy doesn't look like
But this isn't the story. This is the thing that I think Freddie Stevenson is in. Like, because Freddie a few years ago, this is not the one that I was talking about is on Netflix though.
Oh, okay.
It's on Netflix. And
It's like a dramatization.
yeah, like this looks like what's that show that everybody like All American?
Oh, okay.
Like everybody, you should watch it. It's a really good show. No, it's not. No, it's not. They have a bunch of people doing shit that don't even look like what football players would do. Go hire a bunch of us old ass football players, and we can go at least make it look somewhat is. T-Mac damn sure do have a lazy eye. I was too afraid to ask him when I saw him in October, because he got inducted to the Florida Sports Hall of Fame.
Sleepy eyes, like both his eyes. He always looks.
Biggie is actually who made Lazy Eyes. Cool. And he told you in raps, no lie, lazy eye. I was high when they hit me. Like, Biggie was the first person to say, heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However.
Yeah, for real.
But nah, Chico was a wild boy, man.
Chico was wild indeed. And speaking of wild, James, we're going to show love to the O-lineman on this one, man. And more specifically, Lane Johnson. So the Eagles' star offensive tackle Lane Johnson has allowed just one sack in his last 700 pass blocking snaps. And with their own line and with their trenches in general in Philadelphia, James, do you see them repeating their Super Bowl win next season with Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson? Then you got Jordan Carter. Then you got Mr. Carter on the defensive side. Man, you just got some dogs on their trenches. So do you think they could repeat?
Yes. Yes, I do. Their defense is that good. Again, people laugh and they don't want to take me seriously. Good D and some good top is going to be, you'll be successful in life. And they got a quarterback that likes to push in the tush. And so they got things, and then Saquon is just a creative player. So like they have a well-run, well-built organization. And that's why I don't understand when people say the game, like they play the game physical. It's not physical like it was in the 80s and 90s, but it's a good brand of ball. And the only teams that are close to that are the Rams, but they don't have the offense. They're not built on offense the same way that the Eagles are built. So, like, the only way to beat them is to physically whoop their ass. And there's not a lot of teams that can just physically whoop their ass like that.
And the game has gotten a little safer for the benefit of all.
Yeah.
We're not going to get Brian Dawkins back. How many people
or
are
James
walking
Harrison,
right because of those two men?
Like Ryan, yeah, those cats just.
There are people trying to do 5th grade math with their son, but Brian Dawkins hit them.
Yep. Yep. The elevator doesn't, like, again, those guys were crazy.
Yeah.
But that's impressive, though. But he's not the one who got bullied into retirement. It was the black guy. That's why you can get black on black violence. The YNs going after the ONs. Who, not Jermaine. What's that guy's name? Florida State? DN. Yeah, Jared Verse. You remember the one Jared Verse just threw around in the playoff game? Like, that man said no. No, I don't want no more of this.
And then he retired.
He said, fuck this, man. I'm with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's that Guthrie's right there. That's what it was. It was that Guthrie's diet for sure. Shout out to Jared Verse. Shout out to Lane Johnson for doing your thing. But we are not gonna shout out this next person because, man, he has been going through the ringer lately, and that's none other than AFC former kicker Justin Tucker. So
Damn, that is an awful picture.
I agree. And the former Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker, has been suspended 10 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. And this is after the former Baltimore Ravens kicker violated the NFL's personal conduct policy linked to some allegations of sexual misconduct with over a dozen massage therapists. A development first reported publicly January of this year in Baltimore. So he was released by the Ravens in May 2025, and he is now a free agent. So this is pretty significant since he had a reputation of being one of the most, if not the most, accurate kickers in the NFL, and he is the holder of the longest field goal, ever recorded, which is 66 yards. So we discovered, and we've been showcasing, talking about the events from the start, from January, from May until now, and it's crazy to see this thing end off like this with one of the most successful kickers of all time in the league.
If you told me he was getting rubbed on by little boys, I would believe it with that picture. Like he doesn't like that's not just that's a we got to have like a nut ass freak bull Hall of Fame. Because there's no coming back from this. Like, this man needs to be, like, clearly, if the NFL is banning him for 10 games, they know he did. Whatever he did, whatever they say he did that shit. And, like, he needs to be lock him up. Like,
that's the thing. If he's not locked up, I'm feeling less and less sympathetic
I have no sympathy for the massage therapist.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that.
Like, because you can walk out.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. I can't picture it. So unless it's physical, I don't care. Are you telling me he offered you so much money you couldn't refuse? Or what?
That's the case of all of this shit. Like, all of these things that are going on. Even the R. Kelly shit, which I'll give bad because R. Kelly, they're under 18. You got to stop that shit. You got to stop that shit. But at the same time, the adults, the parents were sacrificing their kids.
They should be in the jail together.
Unless there was I forgot, one of them big ass linemen were at the door. Like, you know who really did grape somebody and walked away? Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
they literally had somebody at the door to where the women couldn't get out.
They said it was physical. So
That's
I don't understand that.
You know what, you deserve compensation. And whatever he needs to get, he needs to be out of jail. But if I'm laying down in a prone position, I'm laying down. Yeah. And I say some wild stuff, walk out. Because I gotta get up, I gotta put clothes on. It's a lot of steps I gotta do. And you could just get out and be like, nah, this nut ass freak bull asked me to do something. And that's all you have to do.
Trying to get away. She was giving him a massage. That's why when he ran out in the hotel, he was half naked. He had to run and get.
But see, yeah, you know what? That was a relationship too. That was a. Get this wrong, but that was, again, when we joke about it, that's Puffy being raised by dudes from the 60s and 70s. When you want to talk back, you want a fresh one. That's what he gave her. Not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I've never done that before. But again, this is a kicker. Kickers are not people. And he looks wild.
Anyone could protect you.
Who put this? Is this Dove Climbing? It's got to be a Dove Climbing post, man.
Is that the most rapey looking picture?
That look, yeah, man. Like, dog.
An insane person. Oh man. Next edition.
Hey, you know what? The real talk, though. Real talk. If I was a warden, I'd be looking like around, like starting to print. Tell me you wouldn't watch this, right? if there was a league set up of just NFL and pro athletes that are in jail, but you got to go to this one.
Hell yeah.
You got to go to this jail. Well, let's pick a couple jails because there's a lot of them. And we watch and just call it the longest yard.
Yeah.
And just watch these, that team would be stacked. The Deshaun Watson, Justin Tucker team would be crazy.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, put Ruggs in there. And you know what? Oh, I got raise the stakes. Raise up the stakes, right? They got to play 32 games. So, make the season long. And whoever wins, whichever team wins that championship, they could get years commuted off of their sentence.
Who's the one who was going after the old lady?
Oh, Kellen Winslow.
Oh, okay. So he needs to be on that list too. Right now we got 4.
Mm-hmm.
Should we put them in order?
Oh, Nut-Ass Freak Bull of Fame?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kellen Winslow. Now, Kellen Winslow's number 1 right now, dog. Like, you running down and just strong-arming old vagina, dog. Like, come on, bruh. Like, it's bad taking kids' innocence. I'm with that. Anybody who's there should be like, but when you're like they're at the end of their rope, bro.
Right.
Come on, dog. You just nasty.
Oh my gosh, he's got to be number 2. I think it got to be Ben.
Big Ben is
Then Deshaun, is he number 4? This kicker?
No, I'm putting Deshaun look normal, man. Even that picture just looks like he is intently about to take the innocence from some massage therapist. Deshaun's looks like, if I pay you, I make you holler for $1, do something strange for some change.
Yeah, that raised eyebrows,
but
inquisitive,
but Tucker right there looks like, yeah.
Deshaun's wondering if you would sell it. Tucker about to take it.
Tucker's that's exactly what it is. Like, I'm just gonna take it.
That is an insane story right there. And we're going to move on to our big games BS section where we bring the scope of our conversation outside of the typical football world. First things first, we are starting with the NBA draft. So round 2 was last night and the first round was on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. This is the list right here. Cooper Flag going number 1 to the Mavericks. Dylan Harper, son of a former NBA legend. Ron Harper, went number 2 to the Spurs. Controversial pick right there. Another controversial pick with the 76ers choosing VJ Edgecombe. Con Knuppel, James, one of my favorite players in college who was on that Duke squad. I don't know if you remember watching him, but he's a dog, man. Plays the right way, gets the right shots, hard worker. He's going to Charlotte, so he has a lot in stake because that's with LaMelo Ball and yeah, there's just the goon squad over there. And then we'll talk about this number 5 pick right quick. Ace Bailey. I don't know if you heard, James, but his camp declined workouts. They even declined a workout with the 76ers, and people were speculating that his draft stock would drop, but it didn't drop too significant like we saw with Ashador.
I mean, was he supposed to be the number 1? Cooper Flag was been the number 1 pick since he was a sophomore in high school. So like, what was the drop that happened?
Yeah, it was only 2 because he was like a top 3 pick. So he barely dropped. Mm-hmm. And it's because Utah really wanted to, like you said, get a talent like Ace Bailey because he was one of the best on there. Even though Ace Bailey had a list of teams he wanted to go to, Utah was not on this list. And a lot of people speculate he was kind of sad about that during draft night. But his camp is the main reason for all this, not him. And I don't know if he went about it the right way because a lot of people are speculating that he had some sort of pride or arrogance to him because he declined the 76ers workout. So, man, that's crazy. So you got Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, Igor. Then I'll move along. Colin Murray Bowles, Common James. He was the big man on Duke. That is he's from Sudan, if I believe.
Yeah, that's the one he got to get deported, right?
I hope not, but he got that 10th pick was traded to the Suns, so he'll be in Phoenix as well. And then Derek Queen, who hit that game winner in the tournament for Maryland, he was initially selected by the Hawks, but ended up getting traded to the New Orleans Pelicans as well. So the Oklahoma City Thunder picked Thomas Sorber, a big from Georgetown. I think that's a really good pick because that dynasty is going to keep on rolling, and that big man from Georgetown is pretty good. If I will add so myself. And then with the 18th pick, the Florida Gator himself, Walter Clayton Jr., was selected. He ended up getting traded to Utah along with joining Ace Bailey. So he's going to be in the mountains balling out. And then we'll keep going down these names of lists as well. Aza Newell, number 23, he ended up getting traded from the Pelicans to the Hawks. Him and Queen were the picks that got swapped. And it's interesting because Asa, Derek, and Cooper Flag played on the same high school basketball team in Montverde Academy. So that was dope to see the guys get drafted as well. And there's another player who got drafted from the high school team. And that is Liam McNeely in that 29th spot. He played on UConn this past season, but that Phoenix pick ended up being a Charlotte Hornets pick. So they swapped as well. And this concluded the first round. And last night they had the second round right here. And that's when our boy, Mr. Watkins, got picked up in that 43 spot right there. You see by the Wizards as well. And Janai Broom, James, the Auburn big man, got selected 35th overall. And Elijah Martin, he was on Florida. He was on the Gators as well. He got picked up by the Raptors, number 39. Going to be going across the border for that one. And then we can look at number 49, Tyrese Proctor. So with Tyrese Proctor's pick in the draft, that made all 5 of the Duke starting 5 being selected in this year's NBA draft. So it was dope to see him get selected and complete off that dominant Duke starting 5. And man, that's an accomplishment in itself.
That's crazy that they lost when you have 5
crazy.
guys get drafted.
Your whole starting 5 got drafted, and like you said, they still ended up short of that title, man. Still,
I'm telling you, and I know it's not fair, but just having been there, Cooper Flag lost that game. Like, that should have been easy book. That's the only thing that would make me say he needed to come back for another year. Because if you're going to be that guy, you got to be that guy.
I mean, he's still going to get money.
Oh, man, without a doubt. They get paid.
Like, would be the worst place he would like to get drafted to? Because there was one guy who got drafted to Toronto, and he did not look happy about it.
Him or Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey's the one that said "fuck," right? Did they whisper?
No, that was a Toronto. Pickup. Yep.
Yeah. But the crazy part is, I've been to Toronto once. I need to get back up there. I had a blast.
Oh, really?
Toronto's fun.
It's different. Winter. It's different though with like with the customs. A lot of players are like they don't, going back and forth between the customs every time you enter, and the taxes and the weather too. But overall, the city, like you said, it has nice amenities. Let's
believe it or not, it's hot in Toronto, but it's cold when it's cold. Like that's the thing that makes it worse. Is like, it's like when I went up there, it was the end of summer. It was muggy, and I remember a coach when I was getting recruited in high school. This coach called me from Buffalo, right? And the dude sounded like he was in a mob. And I was just like, Coach, I don't really know how to tell you this, but you calling the wrong person if you think I'm stepping foot in Buffalo. He's like, well, in the summertime, it's just like Florida because we got this lake and it's humid and blah. I said, Coach, it is not like Florida, dog. I was like, Coach, like you lied to your pastor. You ain't got to lie to me, man. Like I said, my family's from the Northeast, bro. Like I if you could be Rutgers and call me and I'm not going to that bitch. Like there's no way James Coleman am playing football in snow.
I don't think anybody born and raised in sunny Florida should go to depressing, cloudy, dark places like Boston, New York, and stuff like that. Just not used to it.
It's only fun during the holidays.
Right.
Like I only like it because it was Christmas. I don't even think I really would like it then. I just think I like the fact that all my family was there, and I like the holidays. But it gets dark at 5 o'clock.
Right.
That's depressing. Like I don't want to be. It's in Florida. We still got 4 hours of sun.
Exactly.
At worst, when it's like cold in the winter, dark winter months. At worst, we got till 7:30.
You guys shoot a lot more down here, but you're definitely happier.
But we're also more accurate because there's more sun. you can see what you're shooting at. Nah, that's funny. But yeah, Toronto. I actually had a blast when I went to Toronto though.
Yeah, I had a great time as well, man. Clubs play great music, bunch of culture and everything. A lot of amenities. Let's just say that.
Definitely a lot of talent, and they
A lot
love
of
American
talent.
men. But one thing that a guy told me, because I was like, I just can't get into Drake. I don't. He said, have you ever been to Toronto? I said, no. When you go to Toronto, you'll understand Drake. And I went to Toronto and I understood Drake music for a minute.
His music attracts him. Yeah, his music attracts them. That's plain and simple.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. We mentioned a lot of YNs, ONs. So somebody took to Instagram, rapper Chef G, and made the official age evolution list of the YNs to the old heads. So James, I want to know if you agree with these numbers. 0 to 12, Lil YN. Okay. 13 to 24, that is the official YN. 25 to 40 is Big Bro. 40 to 55 is Unk. And 55 plus is Old Head. I have a different list than this, but what would you change?
Nah. YNs are definitely like Big Bro is got to be 35, like or 30. No, once you hit 30, once you hit 30, man, we shouldn't be like bro and nah, man. I'm grown for real now. But YNs, your 20s, YN, you could be in your 20s and be a YN. In my opinion, your whole 20s is designed to be is for YN activities.
You're an unk when you develop sciatica.
That's damn sure true about that. Like I've been doing unk shit for a long time, so I don't know. Like the Big Bro is cool, but but even at 30, like who's calling me Big Bro at that point? I had to catch myself with these young Florida State players. And I'm like, these guys are old enough to be my kids. Like, nah, don't Big Bro me. And I ain't gonna say son. I'm Unk now, dog. Like I'm Unk. But I don't know if I want to be called old head, but
that's crazy.
Unk is cool. Unk is cool. I like that. It's a term of endearment. And there's not maybe if Little Duval makes an old head anthem, I'll like it. But I really like that I'm doing Unk shit. That might be when I turn 40. That might be what I play on loop on my 41st birthday. Fuck all that dumb shit.
Yeah, I thought this list was hilarious.
What you think, Jaden? What are your ages?
I never heard of Lil YN, so we just gonna go from 0 to like we can go from 0 to 30. That's YN, and then 30. I'm never calling anybody Big Bro, so I'm getting rid of that. So 30 to like that 55. You can be like Unk. I don't really, and then 55 plus Old Head. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that just sounds like you're like putting that. Like, don't put that on Killer. Don't put that on my son, my baby, or Trey. I don't want them to be no little YNs. They're some upstanding gentlemen. Like,
and we'll close off this show with an Old Head Wildland set. Well, it would be an Unk Wildland segment because of this age range right here. But Joel Santana was performing in a cropped shicey. And
hold on, what? No, why y'all keep messing with my youth? Why y'all keep doing this to my guys who I grew up with? Leave them alone.
So this kind of goes that they put Blake, man. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Because I thought about it.
Yeah, because I can see it. Like I can see it.
Damn, Joel, the young one of the group.
Jewels was so cold. Like that got me through my combine training. That album, I think that was his second album though. Where he had the I just
Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that one?
no, that was Cam, but he was dope in that one.
Yeah.
But like he had to wait a minute, mister. I'm like, I'm nice.
Yeah.
Hit you with the way.
They were dope with the sample.
But he also had this thing where I love it. It's Rumble Young Man Rumble. He put, "Don't feel sorry for me, have a party for me. Bitches, balloons, Bacardi, and weed." So I was like, that's what I'm like, yo, I like Jewel's energy.
Yeah.
But like to go from that to like, that's why most rappers suck, because we don't allow them to grow up with their music, but like their music spoke to us at that point. Like, I don't want Jewel's making 40-year-old music no more, because that's not your thing. Like you weren't like Jay.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want Jeezy growing up and not selling brick. I don't want Pusha T making music that's not selling.
The recession though, that was kind of. I think maybe he should have ended there.
Jeezy, yeah, it would have been like he can make enough money just doing, like, right now. I don't want to hear his new shit. I just want him, like, I like what he's doing now, the 20th year anniversary of 101.
Oh, okay.
And like he's gonna go do tours, and because when he came here, like, I don't want to hear you rap and perform. I want to rap with you.
Certain rappers, you can't see evolving like that.
No, that's not, like, he tried to do Church Off on these Streets where he was rapping with a message. I'm like, no, I don't need to hear that from you. I need to move bricks. Yeah, like, yeah, let Jay-Z lead the movement. Like, you out here just got here, move these bricks, and it's so many different metaphors that we can all relate to. But I don't know, like Nas's music is evolving, but I wasn't really a Nas. I like Nas. I can respect Nas. I was never really an overly Nas fan. Like, I don't want to hear another Cameron album. I'm cool with that. I like Cam's lane right now. But Jewel's, I thought you were gonna put Jim Jones wilding.
He's still making a lot of music, actually. I'm not saying
he had his run with he says some dope shit, some fly shit when you listen to it. But yeah, but I'll be like, I'm trying. I want to give some of these new rappers, but I don't like most of them.
What's his name? Lil Yachty evolved a little bit. He seems to be like their old head now, which is crazy.
I'm mad that I missed Keem Ali though. He was in Jacksonville.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How old is he? He seems like old.
Mm-hmm. He got the linen rap, like the talk shit, pimp shit rap. But nah, that's Hey, did you see the Dwight Howard?
No.
What's my guy's name? The guy who they did the one-on-one battle, the one-on-one basketball game. Malik Beasley.
Oh, Michael Beasley.
That's it. Michael Beasley. Him and Dwight Howard were on a podcast.
He played Stevenson.
Yeah, he played Stevenson, the dude who blows in your ear. Malik scares me. Because I think he's not a gay, but he's a gay. And I know yeah, Jaden got to close the show out. We're gonna close it out. We good, Jaden. But like, here's what was said. And y'all can take for it what you will, but just know Dwight Howard was. You ever see somebody look legit perplexed at what somebody said?
Yeah.
So this is the convo.
Like, the first time I met LeBron, I was so nervous that it came. Like, he took it the wrong way, and then like he just ain't want to be my friend. That shit hurt my feelings so bad.
I met you in high school.
Nigga, you was trying to fuck my sister. Yeah, you don't remember? Yes, nigga. You lying? Yes, nigga. Her name is Sydney, nigga. Yes, we was when I met you, nigga.
I didn't know that. You know, that is a deal breaker.
I was sitting here lying. I get her the call right now. You was fine, nigga. When? Bro, when we was in high school. I met you before you met me. You was famous the way I was. I was a hood nigga.
So,
Yeah, please explain that. I need to hear.
so what? So Dwight was like legitimately like taken aback, like, dog, you lying, dog. I ain't trying to holler. But the look that Dwight was giving him, like, man, I was trying to holler at you.
Oh my god!
I wasn't trying to holler at your sister, man. You know that, dog. Because you know Dwight on the fruity on the fruit, like Dwight again. It's not rich people. It's not even wealthy people. Famous people operate by different rules than the rest of us.
Right.
Like, you can be fluid. Like somebody asked if Puffy beats these allegations, will he be able to walk around the public? Yes. We've known Puffy is a fruity booty for quite some time. 50 Cent told us, you about to make me fuck up the wedding. Go ask me if you want to take me shopping. No grown man ask another grown man to take him shopping. We already knew that. He got enough money to be able to ride this out and do everything else. But that's why I try to laugh when these old heads be like, y'all, man, these young boys is gay the way they acting. Like, nah, we had some of y'all favorite rapper kissed another man in the mouth and called him daddy. So I don't want to hear shit these YNs got going on. Ain't nothing gayer than that. Like, we talking about, I don't need to be your big bro, but before you call me daddy, call me big bro.
It just happens for being too rich. I've said it before. You're too rich, you're too bored, you start doing gay stuff.
I'll be like, that's my god dad. That's like a father figure. I will never call another man daddy.
The first thing, if you ever hit the lottery, get a hobby.
That's the problem. Some of these guys' hobbies is massages and other shit. Anyways, man, appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me on this Friday, man. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Check out mftkfoundation.com. Make sure you try to give a $36 donation as we continue to try to promote this and bring positivity to the community. One of the things that I really, really want to stress for the rest of 2025 is, guys, if you feel social media is the devil, if you feel social media is ruining and warping minds, it's your algorithm is a mirror into your soul. If your soul is fucked up, so is your algorithm. My algorithm shows I have a terrible sense of humor, but I'm actually a pretty decent person because I don't see anywhere near as much of the bad stuff as y'all see. We'll stay tuned over the weekend to see what other big commitments FSU has coming down the pipe. We'll also probably try to get some good interviews next week with Tim and Son, and I'm also going to try to get a legacy that did not choose Florida State but chose Ohio State, and Thomas, which is fine, it's cool. I talk to his parents, good people. Outside of that, man, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.